Hello friends, so last class we painted our beautiful skies for our winter look up value painting. You decided, did you want that light source to be coming from the corner or from the center? Either way, they're gonna look beautiful. Today I'm gonna show you how to draw in those winter trees and to finish it off with some snow. So this example has the light source from the center, so I suppose I will work on this one, which has the light source coming from the corner. So super easy, we're gonna be using black colored pencil and black crayon. Now, what I suggest you do is draw the trunks of the trees coming in from all angles. Remember, this is sort of a point of view painting. If you're laying on the ground, maybe making a snow angel, and you're looking up and you're seeing all these gorgeous winter trees reaching towards the sky. So I like to just loosen up my hand, and you don't want perfectly straight lines because the trees outside are not perfectly straight, right? So I'm just gonna let my hand loosen up a little bit. I'm coming in from each corner first, then maybe from the center. Now I'm going to vary how long these trunks are. I might even have this one be reaching out further. I don't want them all to be the same length, right? Some trees you might only see a little bit of. I'm gonna start with this. Now I'm gonna go in and thicken the bottoms of those trunks, right? Because it goes from wider to thin, right? Those branches get thinner as they grow. You can look out the window right here in the art room and see this happening right here in nature. So you are making sort of a double line there and then coloring it in with that crayon. Now, if you prefer colored pencil, go ahead and use it. You can get a lot more of a thinner line and more detail. I like to mix it up though. I like to use both. But feel free to go straight to colored pencil if you're not comfortable using the crayon. The crayon is kind of tricky. You got to keep turning it to find a point. But I like to do sort of the trunk with a crayon because a wider drawing tool, you can get more color down faster, but colored pencil is probably a safer option for all this detail. All right, so now I've made all my trunks going from thick to thin. Now I'm gonna put that crayon down and start off with adding branches. So the trick with getting these trees to look realistic is having those branches be organic lines. They're not perfectly straight, and you're always going to want to have sort of a Y coming off, like we're creating the letter Y. You always want to be adding branches. So start off with your first layer, which are branches coming off of the side. Again, thickening towards the base. Ah, my pencil broke. Let me sharpen it really quick. Should have had a backup close by. There we go. All right, so thicker towards the base of the branch and going thinner as it goes out. So that's layer number 1 for my branches. Layer number 2 is going off of those branches I just drew and making that letter Y. That's layer 2. Now going off of for the third layer. The more you do, the more realistic it will be, right? Some thinner branches, you get the idea, right? Now check it out, right? The trunk, layer 1 of branches, layer 2, layer 3, and then add some extras. I'll show you again. We've got our trunk, layer 1, branches coming off. Whoopsie. That's layer 1. Layer 2 comes off of those. Again, you're gonna have to keep turning your pencil because it does get duller as you're drawing. You keep turning it and finding sort of a pointed edge to use. And now you've got yourself a realistic winter tree. One more time. We'll do this one. Again, thick to thin. Those lines are curving. They are not perfect. Right? They're not straight. They're not perfectly straight. Layer number 1. Layer number 1 of branches. Okay, we're getting there. Layer number 2. Let those lines sort of have a life of their own. A little bit thinner. Okay, that's layer number 2. Layer number 3, super thin lines off of that. It's all about making that letter Y over and over and over again. And then that looks beautiful. So you're obviously going to take your time going all the way around. Those trees are reaching in towards the center. And then you'll end up with something like this. All right, and then we are going to add some snow using a Q-tip and some white paint. Now, this is a little bit tricky. You might want to practice on a scrap piece of paper till you get it right, but you don't want to have huge, huge white dots on your piece. You want kind of little snowflakes going on. So just barely touching the edge of the Q-tip to your paper. Don't be afraid to go right over those trees because the snow, remember, this is the point of view of us laying on the ground, laying in the snow, admiring that winter sky. The snow is going to be coming from behind the trees, but also falling towards you, right? You get to decide how many snowflakes you want to add. Don't add too many, right? We want that sky to be sort of lit up here with the snowflakes, but we don't want too many. And again, you don't want to press hard. I'm barely touching the tip of the Q-tip to the paper, right? Barely touching to get some little tiny dots. If you press too hard, you're going to flatten the tip of the Q-tip and you're going to have huge circles. Now, it's okay if the paint's not super thick. Like right now, I'm running out of paint, but I actually like that look. Some lighter valued snowflakes here. I like that. So it's just an accent. I don't want to cover the whole thing in polka dots. I think that looks perfect. There's a lot in some areas, not so much in others. It looks natural. I'm happy with my painting and I am done. I'm gonna put it on the drying rack, making sure my name's on the back in pencil first before we paint, obviously. And I cannot wait to see your winter sky paintings. They're gonna be beautiful.